I'm Howie Scarborough. I'm the CEO of Fall Protection Distributors, and we've recently put out a blog about Fabtech standing seam line. And what we're talking about is the most compatible fall protection equipment that's safe to use on their panels. So if you don't know which panel you have, this is great information. You can scroll through this blog. There's images, there's dimensions. We talk about the material that the panels are offered in. But once you've determined which panel you have, you can either scroll to the bottom of the article or you can click one of these links that says Roof Anchor Compatibility Chart. That'll take you down to the quick reference guide, and you can see the panels are across the top. The products are down the left column. We are pretty much compatible with everything that they make other than the radius panel. Anything that's radiused in standing seam, don't assume anything. You want to call in a trained fall protection expert to determine what your fall protection plan is going to be. We're not talking about curved or radius panels. We're talking about attaching to seams. We're talking about 22 and 24 gauge steel panels, not aluminum, not zinc, not 26 gauge. The Ridge Pro, the last product we talk about, you can use that on those other roofs, but seam mounted equipment, make sure that you're working on 22 and 24 gauge steel only. The SSRA1, that's our seam-mounted anchor point. That's a single worker tie-off. It locks onto the seam with 12 non-penetrating set screws. We offer that in two different types of set screws. It's interchangeable. The first configuration is the standard cup tip screw. That's an all stainless steel non-penetrating screw, and that's intended for 22 gauge steel, and that's going to torque to 90 inch-pounds. If you're working on 24 gauge steel, you want to switch over to the nylon tips. That's going to torque 180 to 200 inch-pounds. And please keep in mind, we're talking inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. It's not a lot of torque. There's a lot of seam anchors out there that you have to torque with a socket, and those are torquing to well over 100 foot-pounds of load on the seam. They're crushing the seam. Ours does not do that. We use set screws. It's low torque, but you have to follow those torque specifications. Once you know which seam you have and you've got the SSRA1, you know it's compatible. Now you can add adapter plates. You can remove the D-ring off of the SSRA1 to expand the functionality. Starting with walkboards. If you need 10-foot walkboards on a steep, slippery metal roof, you mount two SSRA1s about 8 feet apart, remove the D-rings, take the SSRA2 roof jack adapters. They drop right on top. They bolt on with two top bolts. They are seam height adjustable as well as roof pitch adjustable, and that gives you a 10-foot walkboard for one worker. If you need to run a 100-foot horizontal lifeline, you can mount two SSRA1s on seams next to each other, take an SSRA3 anchor plate, mount it on top, and the grooves cut in the top of the SSRA3 anchor plate, those allow adjustment for 12 to 24 inch wide standing seams. There's just one plate that fits all those different seams because of the adjustability we've put into that plate. You would need one of those assemblies at each end of your 100-foot horizontal lifeline, two anchors and a plate at each end. We offer the SSRA HLL Kit on the website, and that bundle has 4 SSRA1 Seam Anchors, 2 SSRA3 Anchor Plates, and it also includes a 100-foot Kern Mantle horizontal lifeline rope. When you're working on standing seam, that is a 4-man rope, but on standing seam, please know we do limit that to 2 workers on the rope at a time when on standing seam. If you have a crew larger than 2 workers, we do have a recommendation. When you run that rope, let's say that you're working on a solar panel that's in the center of that roof, you would have a couple of extra SSRA1s on hand to mount up near the rope above the work area. That way your worker would travel to the work area, clip off the rope, clip into a fixed anchor point that's just locked onto a seam. Then he can descend the roof and do whatever work he has to be done. And now other workers can move vertically across the roof on that horizontal lifeline without tangling lines. If you need a permanent horizontal lifeline, we offer an industry-exclusive Super Anchor 120-foot permanent system. It is designed for standing seam roofs. It has non-penetrating clamps, aluminum base plates, 5-inch riser posts, and it also has intermediate posts. And it includes 120 feet of galvanized steel cables. That's available on the website. The Ridge Pro is intended for 612 to 1212 pitch roofs. It doesn't have to be a metal roof. It's a ladder hook that mounts on the end of a lightweight 16-foot extension pole. You climb a ladder, you use the pole to run it up the roof, flip it over the peak. You've now locked a vertical lifeline to the peak of the roof. As soon as you step from the ladder to the roof, you're 100% tied off. You can install anchors for other workers. You can do an inspection. You can do a quick repair. A lot of the Christmas light installers use these. Insurance adjusters, guys, they love these Ridge Pros. If you have any questions about any of these products or any of these panels, please give us a call. Our phone number is on the website. You can email us at support@fallpd.com. And this little blue circle in the bottom right corner of the website, that's our live chat. Just let us know how we can help you.